Hey guys, oh my gosh, okay, I just had the best bike ride. I've been training for it's like a 90-mile tent and bike type situation. So I'm trying to get my endurance up. It's not till next year, so I have plenty of time. But I got normally, okay, I'll just tell you how I started. First, I started by doing a lap around the block. I went up to my gas station, started riding to Kroger if I needed groceries a couple times a week, and I realized how much biking managed my weight. I don't know, it's so weird. Sorry if you hate that sound. I'll edit it out, but I can't help it. Hold on. Oh my god. There. Okay. Anyways, I never realized how much biking helps maintain your weight. No, it's not this hardcore, vigorous activity, but just going 2 or 3 times a week. I don't know, 2 or 3 miles doesn't seem like a lot, because once you get on the bike and you start going, by the time you get that oh my gosh, I'm tired, I kind of got to get used to it, all the traffic, etc., and you finally get cruising, you're done, and it doesn't seem like anything. I would start by just, like I said, biking up to, if you have a store, I go to 7-Eleven, it's a couple blocks away from my house, and it just works. 7-Eleven, and then I found a path that's halfway decent. It's kind of like the construction guy's path. It's a lot of industrial, that kind of thing. So if it's traffic, it's big trucks, and it's not constant back and forth every single freaking inch you bike. You have to stop. But anyways, my whole point to this is I started just going. Ooh, I'm hot. I started just going back and forth to the store, around the block a couple times, and then I really started kind of getting into it. I realized how easy it was for me, especially because I used to run, and running is great, but I have a bad knee from an accident, and it just irritates it, right? And I can run perfectly fine. I always just I'll warm up on the treadmill or something, or the elliptical, and then I'll run. That seems to not irritate my knee as much. Or I'll walk for 4 miles, and then I'll run for 4 or 5 miles. But anyway, I have worked my way up. I went from a couple blocks to a couple miles, and then I kind of was steady at that, I do 3 or 4 miles and then kind of be pooped. I have to recover for, 2 to 3 days. But then I worked that up to 5, and then I worked that up to 6. Long story short, I'm at 10 miles that I can go. And on your Fitbit, it does laps. So even though you're not lapping around the same thing 10 times, each mile is a lap. So it'll give you your time, your elevation, your heart rate, whether or not it was moderate, vigorous, etc. It gives you your average speed, how fast you did when you slowed down. And if you put your location on it, that's how I formed my loop that I do. I want to say my loop is 2.5, 3 miles, and then I'll do that 3 or 4 times depending on what side streets and stuff that I take. But anyways, I'm up to 10 miles, and I biked 7.5 yesterday, and I did 10 today, and I woke up and I felt pretty good. I mean, good enough to go out and kick butt today, which my goal is to try to get up to I don't know, because you're doing the 90 miles and you want to try to do it in 2 or 3 days because of the dog. She's going to be real upset that we're gone, because she's never by herself. Maybe if we go to the store or something like that, but other than that, there's somebody always home with her, me in particular. Usually when I leave, she gets super depressed and she doesn't eat, and then she starts shedding, and she has super bad separation anxiety because she's been my girl since day one. when I used to work at a shop, she kind of got used to it a little bit, but then again, I was still back every single day. It wasn't like consistent, you know, since I've been home, just at home, staying at home. She loves it, and I don't want to be gone super long. But anyways, my goal is to try to work my way up. And it took me a good chunk of time. Like, I didn't just, you know, do a block and then 10 miles. I want to say I've been consistently at least 3 times a week. We'll say every other day, right? Give or take, depending on if I feel good. Every other day, just say 3 times a week, roughly, going out religiously for, shoot, I have to get on my, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do things on my phone so you can also see me and hear me. Does that shut it off? Oh, no, it didn't shut it off. Okay, so maybe I can. Let's see if I can search or go into settings or something. Where is... Can I put you little? That messed it up. I wonder if I could have... I can't figure out how to do this. I know there's a way. There we go. Okay, now I've successfully opened you up and pop up. But anyways, what I was trying to tell you is that I have been consistently biking. Let me move you. Hold on. Okay. Where is my month-to-month thing? I don't know. It's been a couple months. Apparently, I don't know how to use my phone ever. Anytime I try to show or tell you guys something, it's ridiculous. But long story short, I have been going for a couple months. It's not like it just took me a couple weeks to get there. But my goal is to get, like, I don't know, get to where one time around, like, yeah, I'll stop, get a drink, that kind of thing. But in one go around, my goal is to try to get like 25-30 miles at once and then increase my speed. I think my max speed is like 20 miles an hour, but I cannot hold that pace for mile upon mile. I usually hold it for a little bit. Oh my goodness, my back. And then I go back to, I don't know, 17, 16, depending on the wind. Wind really kicks my butt. If it's super windy, oh my gosh, that drag, it really makes a difference. It does. But I've started loading up my backpack because I'm losing weight and I wanted my legs to get used to pulling my weight around, so then when I lost a whole bunch of weight, I would go faster. So I've been loading up my backpack. I'll go and I'll get a couple waters, a couple Cokes, put my wallet, all that kind of stuff in there to try to add the extra weight back on there. So when I'm actually like free, just my headphones, you know, in my little basket, I will probably have some increased speed. Hey, baby girl. But I'm doing really good, and the only reason I want to talk about it is because there's 2 things that are happening. Number 1, I can eat pretty much however I want, and the biking maintains my weight. I don't know, it's crazy. Like, my diet this past couple weeks has been crap. I'm talking like cheese, bread, and chocolate. Like, that's been my diet, okay? Horrible, absolutely horrible. But weirdly enough, I actually lost weight, and I think it's just because of biking. And obviously I was gonna do a video on the one thing that I use to lose weight, and I've rethought that. I don't necessarily want people to, how do I want to put it, not possibly address things that are going on in their body, whether or not they're like pre-diabetic, or if they are insulin sensitive, or if they have certain conditions that may interfere with that particular vitamin. All I did was introduce a non-essential B vitamin into my diet. And when I tell you that I really think that this should be something that everybody takes because of how much it balanced me. Number one, my hormones. Number two, weight just started flying off. Like, at that point, I wasn't even biking, and I just lost, I want to say like six or 7 months in, I had already dropped like 20 pounds, and I kept it off. It controls my appetite, and I don't have, when I take it on a regular basis, I take it every single day, and I have been for, my gosh, I don't know, almost a solid year now. We might be just shy of a year. I might be at like 10 or 11 months, but I've been taking it super consistently, and when I don't take it, I can feel that, like, I don't know how to put it. It's like that ravenous, like, appetite coming back. I slowly feel myself kind of reverting back to wanting sugar all the time, because sugar and caffeine is like a really big thing for me. And I want to eat worse. For whatever reason, when I take this vitamin, it helps me so much. And I was going to do a whole big old video about it, but I don't want people to hurt themselves, right? I went to the doctor. I got blood work. I have the ability myself to assess my own blood work, okay, the right way. And not everybody does, if that makes sense. Not everybody has that knowledge. You know, it's different having an actual, like, background as opposed to just Googling something. There's a big difference. So I don't want people to use that and start making themselves sick. Anyways, that hair mask that we did, I'll probably put that at the beginning of the video. This is crazy because I obviously have been sweating, but it worked really good. I left it in, rinsed it out, put my hair in little braids, and I should have showed you before I went, because every time I bike, between the wind, the sun, the sweat, and everything like that, my hair just gets crazy. But it worked really nicely, and I'm gonna jump in the shower later this evening, rinse it, obviously, and I'm going to do a blowout and show you guys just how good it did on my hair, because I'm like, man, you know, I was talking all that crap about not wanting to buy these products again, but something about mixing them together just made them work beautifully. Oh, shoot, it worked really nice, and my hair retained its moisture. Like, I'm talking, took a shower, got out, and I didn't put anything in my hair, and I shampooed it. I conditioned it, and usually I have to, with just my hair type and texture, I have to put some type of cream. I can get away with not necessarily using oil, but I like to use the cream. I like to use the cream and then an oil on top just to kind of seal everything in. I've just been really lazy with my hair for forever. Obviously, you guys can see that because you see my videos, but I'm trying to leave it alone. I want it long again, and it's down. I think the last time I blew it out was, I don't know, like 2 months ago, maybe. Might have been, I think on my videos, when I had my hair curled, I blew it out first and then I curled it. But the last time I did that, and I did like an actual like length check, my hair was down below my bra line. So I'm super stoked about that, like super stoked. But I realized leaving it alone is like the number one thing that has helped me. And I figured out that I was allergic to avocado. I know it's like a funky allergy, but I was doing an at-home treatment, right? I wanted to make a mask out of avocado. I used part of it for a hair mask, and then I used the other part with different ingredients for a face mask, right? I do the same thing. That's why I bought aloe. I do it with aloe. I do it with rosemary. I do it with, well, I did do it with avocado. And it's always an ingredient. Like, avocado oil is literally in so many shampoos, conditioners, just serums, creams, etc. And I'm just like, oh yeah, everybody's like, it's all the rage, like coconut oil or whatever. And I made up the mask for my hair, put it in my hair. I had no issue. okay? At that time, I was really trying to figure out what in the heck was making my hair, like, pretty much just fall out, all right? I got a chop. I got a big chop, not wanting it, but I got one. And, I think I told you that already. And then I was trying to get it to grow, and I just couldn't. It was breaking. It was just crazy. Well, that day, I put the avocado mask on my face, and I'm not even joking. The time it took me to put the mask on my face, walk the bowl out, and rinse it, my face, the skin on my face started freaking out. I got hives. Like, it was crazy. I had to rinse it off. I don't even think it was on my skin. Oh my gosh, maybe like a minute, if that. And I'm just like, holy crap. Like, what is going on? Because I eat avocado. Like I said, it was in every single one of my hair products. It was crazy. Well, long story short, I found out that I'm not like deathly allergic, but I'm sensitive to it. So I went through everything I had, all of it. Didn't matter what it was. Every product that had avocado oil in it, which was pretty much everything I owned, except for like a shampoo, conditioner, and a heat treatment, all avocado. I took that out, stopped eating it, number one, because I'm like, man, if that's having that kind of reaction topically to my skin, like, what is it doing to the inside of my body that I can't necessarily see, as far as like inflammation and just like irritating my gut lining or whatever it does, you know? I took that out, boom, my hair started growing again. And I'm like, holy crap. Like, I want to tell everybody, if they're having a hard time growing their hair, to go get an allergy test, because it might be a sneaky little ingredient like avocado that you don't necessarily, like I said, I ate it. I didn't have any adverse reactions. And the only way I found out was because I put it on my face. And I know our face skin is super sensitive, but it is crazy. My hair has literally tripled in length in the past like 2 years, and not just because it's growing. I mean, there's a difference in the fallout, there's a difference in the breakage, there's a difference in the thickness, there's a difference in like my curls and how they're coming back. Like, I use the rosemary rinse, I use an aloe hair mask, and like I said, I've eliminated it completely. And I was seriously shocked, because like our family, we grow hair. Like, my mom, ass length. My aunts, hip length. If they wanted to grow butt length hair, yes. My mom could probably grow knee length hair if she didn't have me trim it. It's crazy. Like, we grow hair. Me, when I was in high school, ass length hair, butt length, whatever. Sorry for the words. But I grow hair, so it's really weird to it was weird to be at such a standstill, but that was the thing. I can't remember what I was talking about because I got so carried away with that. I guess it's just kind of chill with me. I haven't really done anything. I haven't posted on my community. I have been focusing on keeping my mind occupied, because that day, oh my gosh, I don't know. It's gotten better since that day, but I was having a hard time, and I had to distract myself. I obviously thought about what was bothering me and worked through it in my own little way, but sometimes anxiety is unexplained. Sometimes you just get anxiety because something is making you anxious. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have some deep down trauma from your father or your mother or this, that, whatever that you got to work out. Sometimes you just get anxiety, and that's kind of how my week has been. It wasn't necessarily it wasn't anything in particular. It was just me, you know, and I think it was just kind of the state of my mind, what I was allowing myself to consume. Like I said, I've been real crazy on certain shows and things like that, because there is a really big difference. Like, I can be in the mood for something and it not affect me because I want to watch it, but if I back to back I'm watching like super heavy, because I like history, I like documentaries, I like I don't know how to explain it, like war shows or like Viking shows. I like some of that like magic type shows, and they all have a tendency to be like super dark and super heavy just all the way around. So I have to be very conscious, especially if I'm in that state of mind, to not necessarily watch anything like that. I got to be a little bit lighthearted with what I'm watching, even if it bores me to death and I'm not interested, because it really does make a difference. I'm not so like, but what do you think is going to happen? You're consuming all of this like killing and murder and violence and scheming and plotting and planning and, whatever kind of practices they're doing. Like, yeah, you're probably going to feel off because that's what your world is consumed with at that point in time. But I'm doing better. Like I said, this is just a check-in. Oops, sorry, baby girl. Oh, I'm not really, I'm not really doing anything. I neglected my garden, so I had help. My mom came and watered it all because I hadn't watered anything in weeks. I was excited. I collected all the water, and it just sat there, and things were starting to die on me. Well, they weren't dying. They were just getting to the point where it's like, yeah, you better give us some attention or we're going to have an issue. And I didn't want all my hard work to just go down the drain, but I didn't care. Like, I was just like, whatever, because I get that. I get the case of the F's quite frequently, and it's really, really hard to get me out of it as far as like, I don't know, sticking to like a routine when I get in that state of mind. And I don't know. Like I've said time and time again, I'm my own worst enemy when it comes to stuff like that, because if I just push through it a little bit. Oh my gosh, speaking of pushing through it, okay, the day after, because it's been a couple days since I did my hair mask, and I haven't posted any of it, so you guys probably don't even realize that, but it has been. Anyways, I woke up, I think it was it yesterday morning? No, it was the morning before that, okay? And I had like no energy. I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I had slept. Like, I'm starting to think I have some kind of like breathing disorder or something like that, because I sleep. Like, yes, it's broke up. Something wakes me up like every couple hours. I don't know why. I'm just like, it's not my bladder, but something like I wake up every couple hours, and then it takes me a little bit. So by the time I get into that REM sleep, it's like I'm right back out of it. And sometimes I wear my Fitbit and stuff, and it says that I sleep like super light. Like, I'll go light and moderate, but I don't get that like super deep, like super heavy sleep. Well, anyways, I was really tired, and I was looking on YouTube about like how to boost your energy, like stretches you can do to boost your energy, vitamins you can take. And I drank elderberry, like store brand Emergency, because it's just packed with like B vitamins and a lot of your water soluble vitamins, so you don't necessarily have to worry about monitoring those, because you just pee them out basically instead of the fat soluble, like the K's, the D, I'm going to say A, D, E, K. Those are fat soluble, so you have to be careful. There might be more. But anyways, I took one of those, and I was looking on YouTube for ways to like increase my energy, like different exercises, stretches, things to that extent. And I came across this video, and I don't know if it was just because like what I was doing felt so weird. I'll try to see if I can find the video and link it, but basically the guy is like, boost your energy in 1 minute, and it was a short. So I put the short on, and I followed along, and he like starts, and he's like jumping, kind of how you see like football players like jumping like on their toes. He does that for a little bit, and then he proceeds, and this is where I don't know if it was a mind thing, because I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like such an idiot. So it like tricked me out of the tired mindset, or if it actually worked, because it looked like he was tapping on our, like, it looked like the zones he was tapping on were like lymphatic points, if that makes sense. And I know that kind of helps like blood fluid, etc., something get up to your heart and get pumping like it should, and that can make you feel lighter and give you more energy. But anyways, he was like jumping, like you see the football players jump, bounce on their toes, or like the track people, and then he proceeds to, like, from head to toe, every part of his body, he's like doing these like tap. I can't do it with both hands, but he's like tapping his face, tapping the back of his neck, his armpits, like all down his stomach, all down his legs, like on each of his arms. And I followed along with it, and I'm like, because then after that, I had like the biggest burst of energy. It wasn't immediate, right? Okay. I just did it, and then I was like, this is so weird. Like, I don't even know if it's going to work. But when I look back at the day and kind of reflected on how much I got accomplished that day, feeling the way I felt, I'm like, man, he might be onto something here. And then I was talking to my mom about it, and she was like, yeah, you know, she's like, I've seen a lot of professional athletes like do that, like after they've been benched for a little while, or they've been waiting for something, they kind of like do the bounce thing, swing their legs back and forth, kind of like tap their body. And she was like, I wonder if that's what they're doing, because they've been kind of like sedentary. They're trying to get their system like up and going again so they can move how they need to or whatever. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's so funny, but it worked. I was surprised. I really was. And I just thought it was so weird, because, you know, you feel funny. It doesn't matter what you do, and you're trying something new that you really don't know. Number one, you don't know what you're doing. Number two, it looks goofy. The person doing it, you feel 10 times or 100 times like more weird about yourself doing it. But I don't know. Hats off to that guy, because he gave me a really super good rest of the day. Like I said, I'll try to find the video. I've got it liked. I'm an avid liker. I think I have. Oh my gosh. This just goes to show you how much I watch YouTube. I was trying to find a video, okay, in my liked videos. I have over 5,000 videos that I have liked on YouTube. And trying to find a video in that mess, like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's almost pointless. Like, I don't even know. I'm going to have to start liking stuff. I used to do that, like my cool creator, like playlist. I haven't added to that in a while, but, I used to like make playlists, like if it was sewing, if it was outdoors, if it was like survival, if it was biblical, if it was this, that, the other thing, I would make like playlists so it was easier for me to kind of like find the video. But even with that being said, I mean, if I had 5 categories, it's still 1,000 videos that I would have to go through in each of the categories to try to find the video that I want. I'm just like, what's the point? You know, I like videos just so I can show my appreciation, because I was one of those people for a really long time. I was scared to comment on YouTube videos for whatever reason. And I don't have like negative comments. It was always like, oh, that's so cool, or a little smiley face, or like, thanks for posting, or whatever. I just felt like it was weird. I don't know why, because that's what like part of YouTube is. Like, majority of the time, I don't even think people watch the videos. I think they just have the video playing, and then they read through the comments as they're listening to the video and comment back and forth. And I'm like, why am I so scared? Like, it's so weird. Yeah, this is before I had opened my second channel, and I'm just like, nobody really knows who I am. Like, I could have like an alias YouTube and just comment, you know. It's just, I think they make it scary, because when you go to comment, it's like, you have to create a YouTube channel, and it's like, oh, I don't want to do that, you know. That's what stopped me. But then when I realized it was basically just like making yourself a channel so you could comment on other channels, then it was kind of okay. Like, I wasn't as nervous. But I started to get more into like commenting and stuff on other people's videos, because before that I liked the videos to show my appreciation. Rogue, I cannot handle that sound, baby girl. I'm gonna move. I don't want to bug her. I'm so sensitive to sound. I think I have some kind of freaking condition, like mouth chewing, crinkling, licking, all the sloshy, yucky sounds. Like, it freaks my freaking ears out. Like, and I'm cool with being called weird about it. Like, I know I'm a weirdo in that aspect, but I can't handle it. Like, it like triggers my mind somehow, and I am literally in hell And then I focus in on whatever that sound is even more when I hear it. And it's just like crazy. Like I can't even eat. It's so crazy. So crazy. People think that I'm weird because they don't understand how bad it affects me. Like, especially if it's like dead quiet and people are eating, right? All I can hear is the food in their mouth. And I don't want to be rude. And half the time they're not even doing anything. It's just that, like I said, my ears are pinpointed on that sound and I cannot stop it. And it literally gives me that like repulsive feeling. Like it makes me want to get sick to my stomach or scream, right? To the point where, like, if I'm eating, I have to have sound on or somebody talking, or like if I'm chewing a certain kind of thing, I literally have to, like, I don't know, like crinkle something, or usually I just have a show on. I know you're not supposed to eat and watch shows at the same time. You're supposed to just like let your body, you're supposed to be quiet while you're eating or something so you can listen to your like hunger cues and know when you're full instead of just like mindlessly shoving your face full of something watching a show. But it's bad. Like I can't even with me. And I feel like people take it personal and it's like, no, like you should see me at home. Like you will not catch me for the most part eating certain textures of food without sound because I can't stand my own self chewing. Like it's so weird. It's so weird. I've been like that, oh my gosh, my whole life though. I cannot remember a time. And a lot of times it's that, like I said, it's that sloshy, like licky, open mouth chewing sound that gets to me where I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I just want to run away. But I can't remember a time where I haven't been like that. I eased up on like the cracker texture sounds or the crinkling. Like it used to be like horrible. Like if somebody was like crinkling or anything like that, like, oh my gosh. That doesn't necessarily bother me so much anymore, but still it's like those certain sounds I'm just like, oh, but my ears are sensitive anyways. Like I don't know what it is about my ears. I think it's just because I hear so good that anything that's like in this area, like air or just anything, like my ears are just super freaking sensitive. I seriously can't. I'm a weirdo, but that's okay. My aunt is like that too. Like she's worse than me with it. So I'm wondering, like I said, I feel like there's some kind of like condition or something. I so badly want it to be a condition so I don't feel just like a freaking oddball who can't handle that sound, but she's like that too, which is funny. It makes me not feel alone in my struggle. But she's worse than me, so whatever. At least I'm not there. I changed my playlist too. I think that's where the extra, like, I don't know, 2-3 miles came in, because I changed my playlist. I usually try to do like upbeat kind of music to get me going, like that kind of thing. But I put it on more of like a mix. It was a mix between like alternative, kind of like punk, had some rap on there. There was some country on there. Trying to think of what else. I think that's it. I think it was like that alternative, like punk-ish kind of vibe. The rap, the country, and I don't know, something else. But I think because it wasn't so like go go go, upbeat yeah, that kind of like, that was like so much energy. But because it wasn't like that, I actually went longer. I wasn't like pushing myself so hard right off rip. I was kind of in that like, all right, let's go mid to see how far we can actually go. And I probably should, dude, the way I'm feeling today, I probably could go right back out there and do another 10 miles. But I'm not trying to kill myself. I'm trying to make it so I actually have the stamina to go tomorrow and at least get 7 to 10 miles in. 7 to 10, that's my new goal. It was 4 to 6, bumped it up to 7 to 10. Because I know I can do it now, and it is not taking me as long to recoup. Oh, that was the other thing. Other than the Shoot, that's so loud for you guys, I know. Other than it like being like a miraculous weight management tool, the biking, cycling, whatever, I really think, I don't know, ignore my feet, but I think it's helping my toes because like, oh my gosh, I don't know. The bunion kind of runs in my family, but I think during my like developmental and like bone building end stage, oh my gosh, I want to say from like 16 to 26, 27, right around 26, 27. I was like heels or flip-flops. That's it. You wouldn't catch me in anything else. I was rocking heels every single day, going on the freaking four-wheelers, trucking in my high heels. Like, it didn't matter where I went. I was just all day heels. And I think that had a lot to do because I like the pumps. I like those. And they're really narrow. So I think that kind of has affected my foot. But I think the biking, you can't really, like, I can tell, like, if I just have my feet flat, for whatever reason, when I try to tape it, my toes automatically go up, and I don't know why. But I think it's helping my toe, my big toe anyways, get straighter, which I think that's cool. Which, I mean, it makes sense because you're using your foot muscles, and, well, you're using everything. Biking works. I mean, aside from your arms, I don't have one of those bikes where you, like, oh, I don't know, that has little arm things on there so you can, like, how you see at the gym where you can, like, work your arms and your legs out at the same time. I just have a regular standard, like, what is it called? It used to be called, like, a 10-speed bike. It's kind of like that, but it doesn't have the little speed clicker. I'm the speed. But, or the drag, however, that used to work. But it's, like, that height, that kind of style. I really do. I think it's helping my feet and everything from, like, probably, I don't know, like, belly button down. Everything. My legs are smaller. The cellulite on, like, my hips has, like, dissipated. It's, like, smoothing out. My lower stomach, I've lost, like, 2 inches on my lower stomach, okay? And then my mid-stomach where my belly button is, I've lost like 1 inch on my belly button. My butt looks perkier, like the top of my butt. Kind of like where your hips are, like that lower back part. That has went in, and the top muscle on my glute is, I don't know, it's got to be growing or something because it looks shapelier. Because I'm like... I'm that, like, I'm wide, but flat like a pancake, okay? So it's like I've got the curves, but when I turn to the side, it's just, like, nothing. Like, it does not match at all whatsoever. Not when you look at me from the back and then look at me from the side. You're like, where'd her butt go? Like, I'm flat. I've always been wide. But it's really helping because I can kind of see it. I'm like, oh, shoot, I'm getting a little side butt there. Like, I was excited about that. I just was, but I think biking is helping that as well. My feet, my weight, my glutes, my stomach for sure. And I didn't even think, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's just going to work my legs. But you got to think about every time you pedal, because I have my seat up a little bit, right? So every time you are bringing your leg back and then up again, it's like you're doing high knees. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing. I was trying to show you that motion, but like, every time you're going up like that, it's like you're doing a high knee. And that makes sense because the majority of my inches are coming off of my stomach and then like my inner thighs. And they're going to the side of my butt, which is cool. Oh, shoot. I've been rambling. This is like a 45-minute ramble. But I hope you guys are doing good, feeling good. Or at least feeling mid. I know sometimes when you're low, feeling mid feels like you're on top of the world. It really does. But I hope things are kind of smoothing out and you're not letting the weather change get to you too much. It's getting colder in some areas. My area, It's definitely, you can feel it in the morning and you can feel it at night, how the temperature is changing. And it's like, no, I felt like I was just getting into, man, and it just goes to show you. Hold on, I gotta open this for her. Oh, here you go, baby girl. She's been a little grump lately. She's always a grump. She's old. She really is. Not super old, but she's old for her. And she's just been a grumpy girl lately. I feel bad. I know it's because she's not getting outside. I need to just take her out, but the neighbors have had their kids out there, and she is a dog for protection, and that is what she's always going to be. So as her owner, I have to understand that, yeah, like my son, myself, my mom, she likes my aunt, my son's dad, obviously people that she's been around a little bit, she's okay with, but she's never going to be okay with just everybody. I mean, we've been in, I want to say we've been in this house for 3, going on 4 years now, and she's still not used to my next door neighbor. Like, I don't get it. Oh my gosh, but I do, because when I was really good in the beginning with her, like making sure, number one, she respected my son. That was first and foremost. And then my mother, because she is one of those people that if you don't kind of keep her in check, not in like a physical way, but if you don't like mentally keep her in check, she's going to try to like climb that chain of command, and you can see her doing it. She'll try to dominate one person, and then she works on the other person. She's got like a little, like, I don't know what you want to call them, like little cues or little ticks that she does when she's trying to be the dominant one. And in the beginning, I had to really make sure, like I said, my son and myself, that was like focus number one, because dude, he was tiny. I got her the Christmas after I had him, so they've grown up together, so she's going to be super protective of him, but I wanted her to respect him, and she does good. She respects him more sometimes than she respects me, but I'm okay with that. And he can get her to do things that's like so crazy. Like, he used to be so cute because he would be just tiny little self. This was when he was like 2 or 3, walking around with a dog the same size as him, and he could convince her and coax her to, like, he would like take her and, you know, put her in the bathroom if he was like trying to eat a snack, or put her in our laundry room. And it's just like I come out and I'm like, where's Rogue at? And sure enough, he had coaxed her to go to wherever she wanted. I'd open the door and she'd just be like looking. And I'm just like, okay, well, at least you listen to him. That's cool. But like I said, she's always going to be that protective girl. She is. So I have to be a responsible owner. And I got to get her out. That's what I was saying. I lose my train of thought so quickly. But I have to get her out more. Just outside, getting her time. She's so much better behaved. And she's calmer just in general, with the squirrels, with the bunnies, with the mailman, with the neighbor, if she just gets her outside time. And all it takes is literally, like, she obviously goes to the bathroom, but I have a different leash for her next to the house because it's shorter, because that girl's got hops. Like, she can jump over me. And she's done it multiple occasions. She's hopped the fence next to us, and the fence on the other side, the high parts of that are probably like 6 foot, maybe like 5'10", we'll say 5'10". But she can clear that, and she's went over into the neighbor's yard. But anyways, I have her on her short leash next to the house, but when she gets to go in the back, kind of by where our garden area is, she has more free reign. But when the little neighbor kids are over at the one house, I don't necessarily like her having out there, because they're kids. They don't know. They just see a dog and they're like, oh, you know, I want to pet the dog. And it's like, no, you know, and I don't necessarily want to have to be on her ass the whole time she's out there. So I just try to work it so I'm not inconveniencing them, and she gets her just out there time, whatever. She wants to do this or roll around or chase a squirrel or bark or just whatever it is, she will get that time. I know. I'm looking, she just popped up all of a sudden. She's really good though, dude. I am a firm believer that pits are farm dogs. I swear on everything. I don't know what it is, but if I could get this girl to a farm or to someplace that just had, I mean, unlimited woods, like, I think she would just love it, dude. I know, like, she's a guard dog. I understand that, but this chick just loves it. It could be 100-some degrees out, and she will just... No. It's the mailman. It's all right. Come on. All right. He's the mailman? Oh, my gosh. He's the mailman that hit our fence with a big old truck. He would drive like Mr. Pim. Smacked into the fence. Can you see it? Hold on. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Rogue, come in. Go out. Go out. No. It's the mail. Delivery. You know what that word is. It's delivery. Good girl. Come on. Come get a treat now. You're doing good. Come on. Come get a treat. Come on. Good quiet. Come on. She's just eyeing him. I feel bad. Come on. Come get a treat. Come on. I knew it. She's doing really good, though. Usually it's like the whole time. And he's already got out of his car, which is kind of cool. Let's see if I can get you guys in there. Ro, come get some jerky. Come here. Come be a good girl. Come here. Come here. I guarantee you, as soon as he pulls out, she's going to run right in here. She's got to watch him. Here she comes. He just pulled out. I didn't put it there because you got to listen. Sit. Yeah, good girl. Thank you. Oh, you can't see her. There you go. There she is. She looks really tiny. I think it's that angle. Good girl. You like this, don't you? Mm-hmm. With some jerky. You want some? Oh, yeah. Here. Oh. Get my shoes out of the way. Let's put the rest in your bowl. Come in. What do you need? Wait. Sit. Wait. All right. Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead. She gets so like... I don't know, like, I have to have it, but it's homemade. I don't even know. I don't know if it's venison jerky or if it's just regular jerky, but I know it's homemade. Or, not homemade, but it's from the butcher by my aunt or whatever. So, oh, she loves it. That is one cool thing, though. If you save you can't see it in here, but if you save those little air pack things that you get in some of your other foods when you make homemade food and stuff like that, the little, the little oxygen absorbers, when you do have a big old batch of something, you can put it in there, and you don't have to worry so much. Obviously, it's not like long term, it's snack, but same thing, like if you're doing a big old bag of like trail mix or something like that, you could just throw a little oxygen absorber in that and call it good. This is good. This one's got it's got like walnuts, cashews, yogurt covered raisins. I think there's cranberries in there, peanuts. You got some of those like spicy sticks, some almonds. I don't know if you can see it. Mix that with the jerky. You got a good snack that you've thrown together. Okay, I have been talking for almost an hour, so I'm gonna get off here As crazy as this was, I just wanted to give you a little update and say hi, because I haven't posted or I haven't done anything. I am going to, I don't know, it's like 4:30. Probably going to figure out what I want to eat for dinner. I'm not hungry. It's like weird after I bike. You think I'd be like ravenous. Like after I run, oh my gosh, I'm coming home and it's like yogurt, cottage cheese, yogurt, cottage cheese. But after I bike, for whatever reason, it's like my appetite is very minimal. I think I'm going to figure out what I want to eat. I don't know if we're going to make the pesto video. Getting sick kind of threw everything off, and then I uploaded 2 older videos about the body wrapping and stuff like that, because it really does help. And I started to do the hair mask video, and I just kind of got sidetracked. So I don't know if we're going to do the pesto, because I don't want it to, I'm going to look it up. I know it was saying that it can get bitter once it's trying to pull the nutrients into the flower for the plant to flower. So I know they said that it could get bitter, and I don't want to make pesto and have it be all bitter and disgusting, because I want my first experience to kind of be decent, especially homemade, you know. So I don't know. I might clip the basil, maybe dehydrate it, and just have it as a seasoning. I haven't figured out yet, but that's why you haven't had that video, is because I actually haven't done that video. It doesn't look too bad. It actually looks really good. It smells really fragrant still. I could taste a piece, I guess. I don't know if it's like the farther up you go on the actual plant, if it gets bitter, or if the whole thing gets bitter. I'm not sure, but I can see like my stem and stuff changing. I don't know. It still smells super good. I love the smell of basil. It actually smells better now for whatever reason, but it's probably because the nutrients is getting pulled up, so it's more fragrant at the top. But like I said, I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do as far as food, because I have to eat. If I don't eat, I will be in trouble tomorrow when I wake up. And yeah, that's probably it. It's 4:30. Like I said, 4:33. Might watch a show. I gotta jump in the shower, do my hair, but I'll just wash it tonight, let it dry, and then I'll blow dry it or blow it out tomorrow if I'm not feeling up to it. And probably just close out the day. I don't know. I had a good day. I don't want to just ramble on. This is why I wish I had live. I have to get to 500 subscribers so I can get live. Or wait, is it 500? Or no, it's 100. I think it's 100. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know anything today, apparently. But you have to get to a certain goal on YouTube to get live. And I'm trying to get there. So these don't necessarily have to be, you know, videos that take 12 hours to upload. I can just go live and just like chill. That is what I want to do. That's always what I want to do. That's why I started it as Midnight Chill, because it was just going to be stretching and chilling. And then I got excited and found my love for sharing things that I know again. And I'm just like, whatever, we're just going to do it all over healing, like good for you, whether it's mind, body, soul, spirit. That's just what this channel is going to be. The things that I do to help myself, things that could possibly help you, cool things that I learned, stuff that I'm trying, days that I have good experiences, like beach days, whatever book I'm reading. Like, it's not anything to just hit record and share the day, because I like those kind of videos, especially when you're by yourself. Like, you can't just always be in silence, and you don't necessarily always want like, oh, 10 reasons to do this, or what kind of, you know, conspiracies can they find in the Bible, or this or that, or just whatever, you know what I'm saying? You don't always want targeted videos, if that makes sense. Well, I don't anyways. Sometimes I literally just want people to talk so I can kind of listen, like the podcast style, but I like to view every once in a while. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I could play with some lighting. My face, I think I burnt myself. Oh my gosh, wear sunscreen. Ladies and gentlemen, wear your sunscreen. Because if not, you're going to have burn marks and look goofy. I used to think it was so cute when I was younger, like, because my nose would burn right here. And I always thought that was so cute. They've got that thing going too right now. It's that, like, I don't know why they call it boyfriend blush, but there's an actual, like, sunburn blush technique that you can do with your makeup. And people go, like, way super crazy with it. But it's, like, cute because it's, like, it looks like you have those natural, like, this is not blush. This is just me not doing sun protection. But it looks cute, and I used to think that was so cute when I was younger, when I would like get sunburnt and then like my cheeks right here and my nose would be like that pink color. I don't know why. But for the longest time, I don't know if you can still see it. Oh, yep, you can still see it. I have this little line right across the top of my nose. I crashed my bike into the front of our house into the bushes when I was younger because we used to have this like huge hill. And we would ride up to the top and then we would go down. And I don't know if I just didn't push my brakes or if I got freaked out, but I crashed into the bushes, flipped over my handlebars, and I'm pretty sure that's where I got the scar on my nose. You can barely tell, but I got a little teeny tiny white line on my nose. But that with the little pink, I don't know, it's just cute to me. That and my teeth. You can't tell it now, but when I get sick, or I'm going to get sick, right here, right there on my teeth, it will turn light, like bright white. I've never been able to figure out why that happens, but that's how I know if I'm going to get sick, if it's coming in the next like week or so, and then I can kind of like take precautionary measures because just the bottom right here, it'll get super, super white, which is so weird, but it kind of helps. It's like a natural thing that my body does, and then I don't end up getting as sick as I would have because I have that little indicator. So I can hurry up and get my vitamin C and my zinc and my emergency and make sure I'm like getting nutrition in and don't suffer as much. But man, I just want to talk forever. Like, I know that's horrible, but I'm just in that kind of mood. I just want to talk to you guys forever, but I can't because nobody's going to sit and watch a 2-hour video of me just like walking around my house talking. So I love you. I will see you in the next video. I got to get some new stretching videos up. My other ones are doing okay, the standing stretching videos. So whoever's watching those, thank you. I appreciate it. It was kind of just like spur of the minute, kind of like, oh my gosh, real time. I need to stretch myself out. And they're doing good. So good for you. Seriously, because man, even if it's just in the shower, like when you take a shower, bending down, touching your toes, stretching out your back, kind of rotating your hips, kind of moving all your joints and stuff like that, it makes a big difference. It really does. Especially with how much we sit, it really makes a big difference. Moving your body, stretching out your muscles and your tendons and your ligaments and all that fascia and just everything. Like stretching really, really helps. But yeah, until next time, I will try and research the pesto thing. I've been talking about it. It's like I have to now, even though I don't want to. I almost want to do it so it doesn't defeat me. But I will look for information on the pesto and how bitter it gets or when that process happens, and get some stretching videos. We've got to read another chunk of our book. I might do that tonight. Might do like an extra long like read session because we are so behind on that, and I don't want it to be like half a year. That's like my record. Like we're reading 2 books this year instead of 1 a month like we planned. But be on the lookout for those videos. The next chunk in our book, the possible pesto video, some more stretching videos, and any other fun things that I can figure out for us to do. All right, I love you. Bye.